Here we are. We've interrupted our holidays to have a chat about the most ridiculous news that has broken over this summer period with Chris Wilder saying his goodbyes. We've got Dan, Shax and Connor back with us to give us their opinion on what's happened in the last 24 hours. Thank you very much for joining us. We are on our break, but of course, Dan, we had to do a special because who saw this one coming, eh? Thoughts?
Ridiculous decision, really. I don't understand the logic of a manager he's been the most successful manager in my lifetime of watching Sheffield United. And for what he's doing, the new owners come in, give him a 3-year contract. 92 points record for third place. Pipped to the post by two teams who were far better than us in the long run. And the mixed feelings I'm seeing coming out from people. I mean, some of the comments I've seen. Oh well, at least we'll play good football next year, and so he wants to play good football and finish on 60 points. Is that your standard? You know that I said all last year on here. I do not care how we play. I do not care how we win a game of football. Forever. Like when Stoke win Premier League and Bolton win Premier League, they were boring, but they got results. Who cared? Okay, and I just don't understand the decision behind it. I get that we're moving ahead with times and all this technology and all this data and things are coming in, and maybe the legend himself didn't really want to at 58-year-old didn't want to get into that, and that's fine. He's more than within his rights, and I think I had a conversation with Shax the other day about it. I think the likes of him, your Steve Bruce's, you might use the game might just be slipping away from him because of all this now. These younger coaches, Ruben Selles coming in, 22 years in football, not kicked to professional football. There might be times where that works, but it doesn't sit right. I think they wanted to try and get the Brentford module, the Brighton, the Bournemouth, but it's going to take a hell of a lot of time. And nothing against the fella. I really hope he's successful, but to be successful in my eyes and to be, you've got to get above 90 points or get promotion. Simple as that,
Just done. Connor, the manner of it has been very strange because, of course, here we are, 5 weeks on from Wembley, 4 weeks on from Wembley, and he was only a VAR decision away from you being involved in the Premier League fixtures being out on this Wednesday. Is it a cruel decision?
I think really, really harsh. Obviously, I think it is a lot more. It's a lot raw at the moment for a lot of United fans, and a lot of them do seem unhappy, me included. But only time can tell if he'll do well. And I think it's the unknown as well. We don't know how he plays. The only stuff I've seen from Hull and Reading fans hasn't been anything really positive. What I've seen online about him. So it's just, you combine all that together, and it's just the fact everyone loved Wilder. Because he's a United fan, it just hurts that a little bit more, and how successful he's been. And like you say, just one VAR decision away from getting us to Premier League with record points total, and then we're replacing him with a bloke that's never played professional football in his life. He's had a few odd jobs. Yeah, he did decent with Reading in circumstances with club, and did decent keeping on up, obviously. Beat a few sides like us and Sunderland and Leeds, but you can't really go off that, and I can't really make too many comments on him. I've never really seen much of him, but from what I've heard, he don't really fill you with confidence. And then when you've got Wilder there, who's just done all that, and an amazing rebuild, got us back playing good football and competing at the top, it really does hurt, and it's just sad the way he's gone. We were gutted the last time he left, so it's good that he's left on good terms and they parted ways and they've still got a good relationship, but it don't make it any easier for us. Like I said last season, I fully wanted him to have a lifetime contract. I'd have happily seen him manage us for the rest of my time watching United. I just think it's divided a lot of the fans. You've got fans saying, he needed to go, and then you've got everyone else saying it was just too harsh. And it doesn't seem the smartest decision, dividing the fan base less than 6 months into the ownership, but remains to be seen if he'll do well.
I think quickly, sorry lads. I think quickly as well, just to add, I think that if we get to the Premier League with him, I still don't think they keep him. I think they had a direction, they had a plan, and I think this was the plan all along. Even though they gave him the contract, I think that this was the plan all along. Even in the Premier League, it doesn't keep his job.
Yeah, that would have been even harsher, wouldn't it? We are going to bring in a Hull fan in a second and get their view on Selles, let you know kind of what sort of football you can look forward to. But yes, you are right, Connor, in that I think Hull fans are scratching their head just as much as the rest of the football community are. Shax, your view on what's taken place over the last 24 hours?
I think sacking Wilder is mental, if I'm honest. I think it's you get fans that think he's arrogant, you get fans that think he's a dinosaur, you get fans of other clubs that don't like him, but at the end of the day, he gets points, he gets wins, he gets us. We keep talking about, we're going in a new direction. We're led by data. Only data I care about is scoreline and the league table. I don't care about how many young stats he's improved from Bulgarian 9th division. If I'm on a long haul flight and I land at that airport and I ain't seen that game, or I don't know score, I'm ringing my dad, I'm ringing one of my mates, I'm ringing Dan, and I'm saying, Dan, what was score? And if he says, we lost 2-1, but we played very well, I'm gutted. Do you know what I mean? I care about scoreline and I care about league table. So that's my thoughts on Wilder going. I think it's mental. Then we'll move on to Ruben Selles. Right, so Ruben Selles. South people, when we get these people now that are all like talking about him as if he's Jesus or something like that, like, he's going to do this, he's going to do that, right? Nobody. Connor just did it. Connor just did it as well. Then they talk about Reading and all. Let's not forget he had a job at Southampton for 6 months. He won 2 games in 6 months. 2 games. So again, moving back to when these fans that don't like Wilder, that say, in a month as a manager, one level to another level. You know what I mean? That's what we're talking about, this gap. This also moving back that it's some sort of, I don't know, disciple that he did brilliantly at Hull. He took him from 24th to 21st. When has that been some sort of grip? Frank Lampard took Coventry from 17th to 5th. So if we're calling Selles brilliant from getting 24th to 21st, then Frank Lampard, he might as well. He's like a member of royal family. We might as well make him king. You know what I mean? It's just. I want him to do well. I'm a blade. I'm not gonna boo him. I don't wish him the opposite to success. I don't want us to lose. I don't want him to get sacked. Of course I don't. But as a footballing decision, I can't. If they both walked into a job and Wilder had his CV and Sellers had his CV, you'd just laugh at Sellers and you'd just chuck him out the door, wouldn't you? You know what I mean? Wilder's there saying, "Oh yeah, look, I've got a promotion." He's gonna say, "Oh, I won 2 games at Southampton in 6 months," or I took Hull City up 3 places in however many months. It's just to me from outside looking in, it's just mental. But that's my opinion on it. I get why people want change. The style of football, I don't think football that got us results. The style of play weren't for me, but it gets results, and like I said, that's all we're bothered about, isn't it? That's why we're good to match. We want to win, and you want to be as far up league table as you can. I'm not bothered if there's XG. I've told you that before. If there's XGs, I don't even know how XG works, but if it's higher than other team, I'm not bothered. I just want to win. All I want to do is win, and Wilder wins games. So for that reason, I'm gutted, and I think it's crackers. I think they're taking a massive gamble.
Cheers for that, all of you. When all three of you look at the league next year, we've lost Leeds and Burnley, obviously. So there's two financially backed teams gone. If you look at the three teams coming down, Connor, for you, is this a weaker league, and therefore it makes it even more surprising that Wilder wasn't given another crack at this?
I mean, every year you get teams, fans all saying, "Oh, it's weakest it's been Championship." You get it every single year. "Oh, it's weakest it's been. It's weakest it's been." Every time United are doing well, they'll refer back to, "Oh yeah, it's a poor league. That's why we're doing well." But it's like you look at Leeds. They lost that. So what did they do? They kept hold of Parker, and they won league season after. I'm not saying it would have happened, but you leave Wilder in charge. He's got the rebuild going. Let him get them few additions that maybe were missing last season, and it might just push us over the edge to get that automatic promotion, and then just to gamble it all on Selles. I probably wouldn't have been as worried if it was someone proven, someone that's got promotions on his CV and done it before, but just to throw him in at the deep end essentially, and we're seeing that they're saying that the target's still to get promotion to the Premier League. He's got the pressure on him straight away. If he doesn't kick on in first 10 games, it won't surprise me if they went and got rid of him and brought someone else in. But that's the risk and the gamble they've decided to go with. But I haven't found a fan that's been happy that we've got rid of Wilder. You've got the odd nutter on Twitter that wants to rant about him all the time, but on the whole, I think the fan base is really disappointing. He's still really raw, the emotion. Like I say, everyone loved him. I can't really give a good enough reasons to why they've done it. Just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, the bookies had you as second favourites to be promoted along with Ipswich, and now you're not even in the top six with one bookmaker, Dan. It's what do bookies know though? Dan, what's your take on it? I mean, surely Wilder would have had you at least top three again, wouldn't he? I mean, Leicester aren't going to do much. I wouldn't imagine Southampton are going to be as strong as Leeds and Burnley were with new managers. There's really kind of only you and Ipswich, I suppose, in terms of squad depth, you could look at this as anywhere near Premier League quality.
Yeah, I think that in terms of, as you just said there, there's going to be only really us in Ipswich, and I think everybody, he gets us 92, he probably gets us 100 points, towards that mark again, because the division's becoming increasingly weaker year after year, and I don't want to be arrogant when I say this, but it's a guaranteed. It's pretty much. I mean, I did say it all last year, to be fair, but I think we've got a better chance. We had a better chance this coming season, a guaranteed promotion. I think you can never say what can happen, but the players that he had that were ready to come in, the transfer targets, the potential signings, to strengthen that squad, make that squad even stronger than what it was. And don't forget, we played Huddersfield in pre-season. A week before the season started, we had 11 senior pros, which we had to put some kids into that. And it's just then put a squad together. Spent a bit of money here and there, recouped a bit of money here and there. And I just think it's a slap in the face. I think it's a little bit of disrespect as well in how it's been done. This obviously been lined up before he's gone, and they've not said anything to him. I find it odd, and I've seen some posts. I mean, Conor might not have seen them, but I've seen somewhere that they're actually justifying him going because they want to watch. I was baffled when I saw it. They obviously don't have any insight into football, and being involved in a lower level football for as long as I have, all I'm bothered about is winning. I could not care less if my midfielders don't touch ball all game and you're playing their out, you're going out there and you're going to win. The first season in Premier League, the only team that didn't play out from back. All this nonsense coming into football now. These young coaches, got to do this, grassroots. They're trying it with the grassroots kids. Why? They can't do it. And they're still trying it. Bolton turn up at Etihad. Pep Guardiola, the blueprint for playing out. They're trying it at Etihad. They got beat 5-1. Just simplify the game, go and play it. And that's what it was. He got us results. He won us football matches. in one respect, a little bit similar to Paul Eckingbottom. I think as well, that's another thing that likes hurt us so much because we've been spoiled in the last 4 or 5 seasons. We've had 2 managers that get the club. Eckingbottom, a Barnsley lad from the area, worked in the academy. That's another reason we're all a little bit afraid because last time it happened, Jukanovic come in, didn't work. They put Eckingbottom back in and everything come back together again. But it is a risk and a reward, but I'm just not sure. I mean, I'm willing to give him time, but again, I think he's going to have his strings pulled. He's going to be told what's going to happen. If it don't work, they're going to sack him in, and this could be another Watford.
Okay. Let's bring in our whole fan then, shall we? Matty from Where Tigers Walk and get his view on all of this. Evening, Matty. Thank you very much for joining us. How are you?
Yeah, all good. Thanks, Mark. It's nearly good to be back. We're nearly there, aren't we?
We're nearly there.
back.
We're nearly there. Right then, let's talk Ruben Selles. First of all, were you as shocked as these lads were that your manager, who only kept you up because Portsmouth couldn't be bothered to equalise, has now landed one of the top jobs in the Championship?
Yeah, I think it was very surprising, particularly with kind of the managers, you'd been linked with for suddenly to pluck for somebody like Sellers out of nowhere, who, yeah, he kept us up. Don't get us wrong, he did the job last time, but not the kind of appointment I would have thought you would have been looking for to get somebody who's got a bit of experience, a bit of nous to get you back into that Premier League. I know you only just missed out last year, but yeah, it was very, very surprising appointment from our point of view. It was.
Talk to these lads then, Matty, about what style of football you've been paying your good money to travel the country and watching. What can they expect from a Ruben Selles team?
Well, I think he started reasonably. I think, when we lost Walter, which was absolute craziness, crazy football, he kind of brought us. He came in and brought a bit. He brought stability to the team. I'll be honest. He tightened us up at the back, and we didn't concede as many goals. And sorry to bring it up, lads, but that 3-0 spanking at Bramall Lane, kind of we thought that's what we've bought into. We thought that's the kind of football we were looking for. So unfortunately, after the international break, it kind of went downhill from there. Unfortunately, he just was very stubborn in terms of his tactics. Kept with the same team, kept with the same formation, didn't make many subs, and when he did make subs, he was very late in terms of that. He's not an attacking coach, so if you're expecting lots of goals, think again, because it's not going to. I don't think it's going to happen. We were quite happy towards the end of the season for us to pick up points. The vital games that we needed to win against Luton and against Derby, he sat back and we lost because of him, because of his tactics. The Derby game,
I feel sick listening to this. I'm going to be honest. I felt all right, and now I feel sick.
I think I think defensively, I think that's what you've got to look at. But I think you're particularly strong defensively anyway. A strong team at the back. He's not somebody who's pragmatic, who will change his tactics to suit the other team. He will stick to his own formation, and he will stick with what he's got. I suppose in his defence, what we were missing, we were missing our 2 best players probably for the majority of the season. So he was working on shoestring. When we had Kamara playing, and then we had a 38-year-old playing on the wing for most of the second half of the season. It was ironically playing against Man City the other day in the cup and the thingy. So I think he is a very defensive coach, and I think that's what you've kind of I think that's what you will go with. Try and win games 1-0, and whatever you do that period after the half time. Make sure you're having an extra pint in the stands, because you'll concede lots of goals just after half time.
So one thing you've come on and said, Matty, there is you've actually come on and you've done the job for us. You've educated our fans who were very naive, who have all come out and said he's an attacking manager. it can change. We by the way, just allegedly got rid of a manager that's got no plan B, 92 points, no plan B. So you're telling us now we've got a manager that's defensive and we've got a manager that's boring, but doesn't play attacking football. So, let's brilliant, fantastic. You've just done a job for me there, Matty, so I appreciate that.
Well, I suppose he came in with the remit of keeping us up. What did we need to do? We were playing under a manager that was literally suicide football. And I think obviously you were witness to that at our place when you scored 2 from our own corners, which was absolutely ridiculous. So we've gone from that to being somebody that we did need to shore up at defensively, and probably that team that down at the bottom, that's what we needed. We needed to do that because we were going down at that point. He kept us up. He did the job, but he was very kind of stubborn, set in his ways how he was going to play his tactics, and very inflexible in changing the team and changing it up. Even if we went behind, he wouldn't go attacking. He would kind of just keep it as it is. So, in his defence, he was limited in terms of the squad. So maybe that's what we had to do in terms of the quality that we had. We have nowhere got a quality squad as what you have in terms of that. So maybe he might get the most out of your team. He might benefit from that. So yeah.
I've got a question for you. Did he spend £3.5 million on a kid from Blackpool, a striker who's not scored all season?
Yeah. It was again.
Kyle Joseph, is it?
Yeah, but I don't think he has much say over the transfers that come in, and I don't think any of our managers do, to be honest. I think it's kind of run from behind the scenes with a director of football. So that's what we were crying out for. This time last year, we were crying out for a striker. It just didn't happen. And then in January transfer window, that's what we went for. And then we plucked for somebody out of League One who'd scored 7 or 8 goals. Yeah, he's worked hard. He was good. He worked hard, but we needed to score goals, and that wasn't the right signing for us. But in his defence, I don't think that was his signing. So I think it depends on behind the scenes, who's running behind the scenes with your club. Does the manager have a say input in transfers? I don't know in terms of that, but yeah, it wasn't inspiring. Put it that way.
We haven't got a clue anymore, pal. I could have answered you that a few months ago. Nah, I ain't got a clue. I don't know. I don't know who's in charge. I don't know who's running. I've just last month or so. For some of them at our club at minute, mate, it's Umber Bridge. I'm going to be honest with you.
It was a strange statement, or the club put out.
I don't
yesterday.
know.
I think they're looking at. I think they're looking at making another Marvel film out of Sheffield United. I think that's what they're doing.
Connor, in the statement yesterday, they put in there the bit about Hall came to Bramall Lane and we were very impressed with Selles's team. I thought, what a bizarre! I've never seen that in his statement before. So trying to find anything that's positive about him. Yeah, we came and won a game. Well done. Whoop-de-doo. Does that mean that you should be looking at the Oxford and Millwall manager as well?
I'm
I said that point.
Yeah, and Plymouth. Yeah.
The thing is, as well, when we played Hull, we had a perfectly good goal disallowed, which would have leveled game and completely changed things. So, you know what I mean? It's all ifs and buts, and the only thing positive they could find to put on a statement were, oh, they beat us 3-0. And then what makes it even worse, Matty, is you say he's not attacking. In his opening statement, in his interview, he says he's an attacking coach. So that worries me straight away.
Maybe like Matty, maybe like you said, Matty, as well. Maybe because you were limited and you were trying to come in to keep you up. Maybe that, but I really want to give him a chance, but it just hurts the way how they've done it and who's advising them. Stephen Bettis clearly hasn't got a say in this because who's advising them to make this decision? It's just mental. I can't understand it.
Well, what I would say is, he came in, and currently where we are following the Watford model, and I heard you said it earlier about your club, but we are literally following the. We've had 5 managers in the last 3 years, which is ridiculous. So if he'd have maybe had a season, and to be honest, I think the majority of the fan base were actually quite happy for him to stay because he actually kept us up in terms of that in the end. And he probably would have got the time to mould his own team and put his own stamp on it. But I think just in that limited time that he had, 6 months, he didn't. He got some really good results early on, but then towards the end, it was very much kind of, we're just going to play for a draw. I mean, even the Portsmouth game in the end, I know we were lucky and we stayed up with that, but it was very much get the goal, men behind the ball. Let's just play, get a point, get a goal. That's fine, and then we'll go from there, type thing. So maybe he does need a bit of time. Maybe he needs a bit of a transfer budget. He worked wonders at Reading, so there must be something in there as a manager for going forward. So yeah.
Okay. Cheers for that, Matty. We will catch up with you, of course, on your show in a couple of weeks' time. Enjoy the rest of your summer, and thank you for giving us your views on Sexy Sellers.
No worries, and hopefully Ollie McBurney as well when he comes and signs for us.
Oh God! You know it's written, don't you? That next Wednesday, when those fixtures come out, you know what where you're going to be first game of the season, don't you?
Yeah. That suits us. We ain't bothered.
All right. Cheers, buddy. Thanks.
Cheers.
Good to see you.
See you later, guys.
One.
All the best.
Cheers,
All the best.
Cheers.
All the best.
Cheers, pal.
Right, we've lost Shax, so we'll see you back here in a month or so time as the season kicks off. Any sympathies at all for the other side of Sheffield, by the way?
No.
What's going on there?
No.
Even as a rival fan base? No.
Love to see it. I love to see him so far.
Okay.
That is what
He's
I
back.
wish for.
Main man's back.
Here he is. He's got a good connection now.
No, I don't know what happened then.
Happened to me.
My Wi-Fi went off, and then my mobile data went to, like, instead of 4G, it just went to like G or something. But it's never done that ever.
No worries. We're just talking about Sheffield Wednesday, so you probably just committed at the wrong time. Any sympathies at all with what's going on there, Shax? Just to finish off.
Mate, it's absolutely brilliant, honestly. But the only thing that to just complete it now, the ground's falling down and all. Like, one of the stands is falling down, so we just need an electrical fire in other stand. One of the other ones to fall into the river, and then that's it. They're done. What a man! Chansiri is what an hero that boy is. What an absolute gem. I couldn't have found anybody better in world. Like, just go all around world, and you've got to go to like some nondescript office block in the middle of Thailand to find somebody that's prepared to destroy them. And they've managed to find him. Mandarich found that man. So thanks to Mandarich for finding him, and a bigger thanks to Chansiri, because I never thought I'd see them playing in Norfolk Park or Hillsborough. Well, they can't afford Hillsborough Park. They've had to cancel that, but he's making it a possibility. So all them times you called yourself massive and you laughed at us and you went, they're not even, what about Wembley? What about all our fans? What about this? What about fact that you're going at Sunday League? What about that?
Yeah, odds on for relegation, which will be interesting. Right, we'll let you crack on with your summers. Thanks for taking time out to show us. Thank you, of course, again for watching us. Join us again on the last week of July as we preview the first game of this brand new season. Up Ruben Selles' Red and White Army. It's a bit mouthful. See you in a couple of weeks. Nice one.
See you.